It's Tuesday, the 5th of May, and it's time to get your Game and Grin on with the GameGrin GrinCast. Here with their games and their grins are Erin,
Hi, I'm not playing any games.
Jackman,
I am not playing. Well, I am, but not this.
and Gorz.
I'm not playing.
You're the only one who's playing, yes. Today, in a change to usual, to celebrate May the 4th, which was yesterday, if you're listening to this on the podcast.
Revenge of the Fifth.
Get it? Made the 4th. Ace is very clever.
But
Ace came up with this himself.
anyway, we're watching Gorz play Star Wars The Force Unleashed on the Twitch channel, and you might as well start playing, Gorz, and the rest of us will talk about the game, we'll talk about Star Wars in general. We'll see what happens.
So, what's the first Star Wars video game ever? No, skip. I don't want, no, skip.
Star Wars,
There
an arcade game with wireframe graphics.
was also a few on the NES and SNES, which were like adventure titles that weren't very good.
Was Super Star Wars not great?
So I was yelling stop because the Star Wars theme started playing.
It may have been Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back for the Atari 2600 and Intellivision, released in 1982.
So if you are watching, then you'll be seeing the scrolling text, which talks about how Darth Vader is attacking a Wookiee village on Kashyyyk.
That's where Lumpy and Itchy and Mala live.
Really?
From Star Wars Holiday Special.
I never actually watched that. Is it good?
No.
Oh.
No.
There's like zero value to watching that.
There's negative value to the universe.
You can see Mark Hamill in very weird makeup.
Yeah, I think that's the post-accident, so they might have had to use a lot of makeup.
Could be. Post
For those who...
in real life.
Wow. For those who don't know, after the first Star Wars movie, Mark Hamill was in a terrible accident, and that's why in the opening of the second movie he gets swiped by a Yeti in the face.
So while Gorz starts killing Wookiees, if you do a search on Steam for Star Wars, there's plenty of games released over the years. There's Lego, there's racing, there's strategy, there's flying, plenty of flying. No point and click adventures.
This is true. That's quite sad.
I just saw a lot of DLCs for Star Wars Pinball, which I didn't know what
pinball.
I didn't know what it was. I didn't know it was a thing, and I didn't want to know. So a lot of those pinball DLCs are. Wait, can I kill my own people? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of those Star Wars pinballs things is like it's like a diorama with like characters and animations, and I was questioning how would you play that effectively if you're distracted by all that happening, by Mark Hamill getting attacked by a Yeti, for example.
Well, in 2019, Star Wars Pinball, a collection of all of the various pinball tables, was released on the Switch. I went to Nintendo's offices and played it. And
with your uncle that worked at Nintendo.
I scored it a 9. One thing I did like was that you could hold the Switch, rotate, if it was in handheld mode, you could rotate it on its side and play the pinball table that way. Vertically, some might call it.
Okay, I just found a jump button and it totally ruins Darth Vader. He can just jump around.
You mean like jumping ruined adult Yoda in that episode 2, 3?
You mean
Yeah.
Beyblade Yoda?
Yeah, you after the original trilogy, you'd figure he could just kill you with your mind if you wanted, but no, in the prequels they make him use a lightsaber and flip around everywhere.
The ad.
So what the Star Wars games do everyone here played or liked or wants to talk about?
Well, I have played through The Force Unleashed and Force Unleashed 2. I wrote a diary about both of them and every version of these games because, there was a time when not every version of every game was on par with the rest.
Oh. Do they like is there difference in features or just performance?
A lot of it is features. There's some on the PlayStation 2. I can't remember which one had extra levels compared to the PlayStation 3/PC version.
I think
Whoa.
Oh.
the Xbox was like the best one, maybe.
The PC version of The Force Unleashed 2 is horrible and doesn't run properly even if you go through fixes. So I recommend the Xbox version because that's the one I played.
Trying to figure out how to pick them up and throw them.
You gotta move like the stick, I believe, once you've picked them up.
Just oh yeah, that just propels them when you release. Thank you. Did you play this one, Erin?
I've played this one, yeah. I've played this in the sequel. It's quite fun. I did spend a lot of time in the prologue area grinding for achievements, though.
Oh, you can get achievements in here.
Yes, at least on the Xbox version. I've played a lot of the bigger
don't-
Star Wars
so-
games, I think.
I was gonna say I don't know why I'm attacking stormtroopers when they run up to me thinking they're enemies.
I think there is an achievement for doing that.
I don't know why you would be able to, other than oh, it's going to be fun.
I mean,
But
hey,
I think
that's the point of games, isn't it? Fun.
yeah, but
Erin, didn't you attend an event for Star Wars Jedi Survivor?
That I did. That I did. It was back in 2023. I still have my like press card like lanyard thing. It's got like cool Jedi symbols on it. They even gave me like a lightsaber. They really wined and dined me. They took me to Disneyland. I tried to get through as much of the first game as I could before going, and I really loved Fallen Order. And honestly, playing Survivor was a really really nice experience. Just very fluid and fun to just move around and stuff. It didn't get as good of reviews as the first one, but I quite enjoyed it. Though yes, I was wined and dined beforehand. uh, it's a fun game and has like the both have like a neat sort of story to them. Sometimes a little edgy in places, but good performances all around. And I love running around and doing all like the wall jumps and such.
I avoided the Star Wars Jedi games because I hear that there's spiders and like I'm just not going to go through that.
It's fair. I don't remember any spiders specifically, but that doesn't mean there aren't any.
I would look up if there's mods, arachnophobia mods, because it's a Star Wars game. So if modding is relatively accessible, then someone probably made that.
That's a good
Likely,
idea.
yeah.
Jackman, what about you?
I
Star Wars
played a
games.
few Star Wars games. I played the Force Unleashed titles on PC, so I got to enjoy that as well. I've played Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2.
Oh, those are great.
Clunky as all get out, but good. I played some of the early. What are they called? I didn't play. I haven't played Dark Forces yet, but I played like Jedi Academy and Outcast. I can't remember the
Outcast, yeah.
names. Yeah, which I very much enjoyed. That was my first experience playing with a dual wielding Jedi. That was the coolest thing. Um, for the modern games I've played, for what was the first one with Cal Kestis? Fallen
Fallen
Order.
Order, yeah.
So I played that. I've been meaning to get into Jedi Survivor or whatever it is, but I haven't gotten around to it yet.
That's fair. It was released only like a couple of years ago. May as well wait for, a nice big sale.
Yeah,
Right
I'm
now,
a exactly.
it's
I'm
85%
still
off.
I'm still fighting a bit of Souls-like fatigue, so that's the main reason.
Yeah. It's definitely easier than a lot of Souls likes, which can be both a blessing and a curse when dealing with Souls fatigue.
It is, and I do enjoy Cal as a character. He was fun in the first one.
Yeah, he's a good protagonist, and I quite enjoy the actor playing him. He's good in Gotham as not Joker. He's good in Shameless as Child. Uh, he's pretty good.
You mean in Gotham as not Joker and not Joker?
Oh yeah, sorry, not Joker, and then also not Joker. Yes, Cameron
The-
Monaghan is very good at playing not Joker.
For those of you who don't know, he plays a twin brothers basically, and the first one is basically first becomes not Joker, and then the second one goes crazy and becomes not Joker after the first one dies.
Of course.
How fantastically cheap must have been in the hiring department. They just, oh man, we need to kill someone off and get someone else to play not Joker. Wait a minute.
Wins.
I think the first Star Wars game I played was a demo of X-Wing. It was a DOS demo, and I, to that day, had not actually watched Star Wars. And so I had no idea what I was doing. The demo just starts with you in an X-Wing and assumes that you know what you're doing. So I just learnt the buttons and just fired at whatever was flying. I don't know if they were friendly or if they were enemies. I was just shooting everything. And it actually gave me a taste for space games.
Oh, very exciting.
I recall there
True.
being a, I think it was like Star Fighter, Star Captain, Star something on the like Xbox, and it was very cool, very funny. It was kind of like Ace Combat, where you just flew different kinds of Star Wars spaceships around, and it was a fun, cool, fun time. And then I got it on the PC because they ported it, and the port was the biggest hunk of rubbish.
Oh no.
Oof.
I think the first Star Wars game that I played was Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga, with the all 6 movies represented. This was at uh my next door neighbor's grandson's, well, my next door neighbor's house, playing with their grandson, and my experience playing that was he would uh grab an invincible character and then beat me up in the game, and then we would play like a racing level, and then he would win.
Oh god, I remember the pod racing levels were horrible,
Goodness gracious, they move so quickly.
and the camera does not, especially when you're playing with multiple people.
It's just a headache waiting to happen.
Did has any of you, before they were made non-canon, did you get into the expanded lore, expanded
Pretty
universe?
much pretty much just with the KOTOR games. I really fell in love with KOTOR 1 even when I was playing it on like the 360 and the camera and race and like the screen was all weird and uh stretched out. But I really enjoyed the characters there, and the big twist. Uh, but I hadn't really expanded much out in that expanded lore beyond that. I've tapped into it a little bit with the Star Wars Legends characters that appear in one of the mobile games, Galaxy of Heroes. But outside of that, not really.
I have never read any of the books, and I've never watched any of the cartoons. Before they were made non-canon, the only comics that I'd read were Tag and Bink, which are basically parody comics. Because there's these two numbskulls, Tag and Bink, who are they're part of the Empire, and they happen to be everywhere that something notable is going on in the background, and just a bit of being incompetent. But yeah, despite being a big comic reader, Star Wars is just not something that I read a lot of until after Disney bought them and Marvel started publishing a load of comics.
That's
Who
fair.
was better, Tag or Bink?
They were a pair.
Sorry for interrupting you, Jack. There.
No. I keep talking about you all, so I'm the one interrupting. There is, you probably know, but there's a content creator, Linkara, who goes through a lot of comic stuff. And through that, I learned that there was like alternate versions of the movies with completely different plots and whatnot that they adapted into comics. And those were very fascinating to read through.
The Star Wars.
Yes.
Whoa. Do love seeing alternate takes, honestly. What was all
Yeah,
different about it?
I think it was based on the original draft of the movie, so lots of changes. Characters are different colours.
Different
Oh,
colors?
I think Yoda and Chewie were completely different.
Oh yeah, the artist didn't know what Yoda was supposed to look like or what size he was supposed to be. So as Linkara's going through it, he's highlighting how okay, he looks about backpack size here, and here he looks like pixie size.
I mean, he is one with the Force. He can probably shrink and expand.
This is true. The Force can do a great many things if you let it flow through you.
But speaking of original draft of Star Wars, Skywalker was originally Luke Starkiller, which is related to
Whoa.
this game because the main character's name is Starkiller.
Fun fact:
Good old
you never
John
find out
Starkiller.
you never find out why he's called that, and in both games, people just start calling him Starkiller. It's not like this is your code name. No, that's just what we're calling you.
That's his name, Starkiller. No,
I heard that the name Starkiller became free, so I'm gonna call you that because that other guy is Skywalker.
But humorously, there had already been another, at least one other canon Starkiller before this guy in KOTOR, in the fighting pit arena in the first area on Taurus, I think it was. There's this Bendak Starkiller guy who's the most fearsome enemy in the death pits, that you have to fight him to the death, and you do, and he dies. So I guess that means Starkiller did get freed up again after that.
Well, we've brought up Knights of the Old Republic a couple of times. I have not. I've tried to play it a few times, and the most recent attempt was 6 years ago, apparently. And I spent an hour downloading mods,
Yeah.
yeah, life, not life, things to quality of life improvement mods and like add in missing things I just never got around to it because it's a oh, who's the developer? It's a BioWare game, so that it's just going to be a whole thing, and I have not had the time to do a whole thing.
True.
It's only £2.12 at the moment. Knights of the Old Republic.
I mean, hey, there is a remake apparently in the works for it. Maybe you could always give that a shot when it comes out.
Indeed.
I remember my first time going through it, I didn't fully understand how to build a character. I'm not sure what happened, but I hit a point where like I couldn't get through. I kept like trying to do like a fight and I kept dying in seconds.
Okay.
I kept trying to like save scum to get like to get through things, so like resetting whenever anyone hit me because hitting me meant I would die. And I made it through at least like a couple planets that way. It was very slow, but I couldn't get through much further at that point, and I eventually had to actually experience the game years later. I can be very stubborn.
It seems the next Star Wars game that's going to come out is Zero Company, an XCOM style game.
So there's
Set in
sorry,
the
go ahead.
twilight of set in the twilight of the Clone Wars.
I do enjoy the Clone Wars era. Do any of y'all have like any like favored eras of the Star Warses? I really enjoy the time of like the prequels and such. I really like how like it sort of like blurs the some of like the lines between like the light side and the dark side a bit, where like the light is pretty corrupt in a lot of ways as well, and they're both the light side and the dark side are being like manipulated by bad people trying to make a grab at power.
Personally, I don't have a favorite era, but I've watched 5 of the 9 movies, and as I said before, not really any of the cartoons. I've seen maybe half an episode of some of the Disney Plus shows, and as for the comics, the ones I've read mostly take place between New Hope and Empire Strikes Back. There are a bunch of comics about the High Republic era, which is like 1,000 years in the past, and
True.
that's just daunting to consider reading those. Like, I barely have a handle on quote unquote modern Star Wars.
Oh, but Ace, there's even a High Republic show now.
There is? Oh.
Don't worry, I only got one season.
When I was looking for games to play today, I saw that there's a Star Wars racing game coming out that's like everything, every kind of vehicle.
Galactic Racer, isn't it?
Yeah.
That might be the next one, not Zero.
Ooh, published by
Company.
Secret Mode. Oh, it's got Sebulba. It's gotta be good.
But is it going to be better than Super Bombat Racing?
That's a good point. I have no idea what that even is.
It's like Mario Kart, but I mean, it doesn't. I don't think it plays like Mario Kart, but the closest comparison, I think, would be Mario Kart, but Star Wars.
Honestly, that sounds kind of fun.
Oh, going back to Force Unleashed that you're playing, one of my favorite things to do in space levels is to throw people out of windows. It's just, it's never not funny to me.
Oh, I didn't read the tutorial. I'm supposed to push it at the door, not pull out things from the wall. I was trying to be more clever than the game.
You're allowed to pull things out of walls. It's fine. It's just you're just doing spring cleaning. Those don't spark joy. It's fine to get rid of them. Besides, it's more ammo to throw at all the the troopers.
So the last Star Wars game that I played was Star Wars Outlaws, which came out in 2024. It's had a couple of DLCs, which kind of put me off the game because Wild Card is one of them, and you have to play Sabak, and I'm just no good at it. So I don't want to play the DLC because it means I'm going to have to play the card game.
That's a great point. The DLC would be much better if it made you play Pazak.
Oh, it's one of the games. Sabak, I was right. Yes, aren't you cited on Wikipedia for an article about Pazak?
Yes, I wrote an article explaining that I was a fan of the game Pazak from the KOTOR series again. Sort of like a 1v1 blackjack kind of thing, where you and an opponent are both trying to get as close as you can to like 21 or so. Might have been 25, not sure. Without going over in like 3 rounds. Versus Sabak, which is kind of like poker. I wrote that in response to getting a Sabak Coruscant shift deck at Disneyland and really not enjoying playing it. My goodness. Yeah, and I'm excited on like list of fictional games just to like this is somehow the most factual place people can get information about how Pazak works. Funnily enough, I got a comment on that article being like, hey, I think maybe you aren't giving Sabak enough of a chance. Would you like to play Sabak online with us? This like a existing like Star Wars fan group where they like make physical Sabak decks and play online together. I got invited to a Discord group. It was pretty fun, honestly. I definitely don't enjoy it more than Pazak still, but it was enjoyable in in the way that poker is enjoyable, and I do love poker, but I still do think I prefer Pazak.
You're allowed a preference.
This is true. It's definitely got a bit of nostalgia because of KOTOR, but it was nice to give Sabak more of a chance. Maybe you should give Sabak a chance in this Star Wars Outlaws DLC and see what you think.
No, I refuse.
Okay, that's fair. I would refuse to. Congrats on destroying the TIE fighters.
Thank you.
So, are you enjoying the game, Gorz?
Yeah. I actually played it when it came out, but I don't remember a lot about it. Also, I've been skipping cutscenes, so I have no idea why I'm killing people.
Oh yes, you've been being very dutiful about skipping cutscenes, except of course for the one where Starkiller got attacked by Obi-Wan Kenobi.
No, I skipped that too when I saw it was going on for a long time.
Oh, I thought it just ended naturally with him talking to the robot dressed up as his crush.
Yeah, when the moment I saw that he was like, "Oh my god, a girl! What is this?" and he started talking to the robot about what's a girl, I was done.
That's fair.
I
She's a
assume that's what
pilot!
we were talking about.
He was just upset that like they gave him a squishy human pilot instead of like letting him pilot or having like a robot pilot or something. I don't remember. I'm watching this with the sound off. And speaking of random characters and stuff, are any of y'all familiar with famed Star Wars character Glub Shitto.
That's not real. Glob shit.
Yeah, it's like at least I've heard it a lot on the web of like a lot of Star Trek names sound a little silly, so people just refer to obscure Star Wars characters, Star Wars characters as Glub Shittos, uh, since they allegedly sound like Glub Shitto.
My favorite bit of Star Wars naming weirdness is the one video game they released. I can't remember for which console, which was just called Star Wars. Is it like Legends of Terascasi or something?
I thought you were gonna say
Just-
Nemoidians.
That is good as well. Terascasi being Finnish and meaning Iron Fist, so it's basically and literally just Star Wars Tekken.
It is. It's weird because Han Solo is in it, and yeah, he just beats people with his fists. But there's also Darth Vader, and he has a lightsaber.
So, Goz, are you going to continue streaming this for the rest of the week, or?
I might. I still have Bayonetta to finish. Actually, my other idea was in Bayonetta there's a secret weapon that's a lightsaber, but I think I'm far from unlocking it. I think it's green or red.
One of the two.
I'd imagine red for Bayonetta, but then again, be magenta.
You know, I'd never heard of Masters of Terascasi. It I'd never known there was a Star Wars fighting game.
There may be a reason for that.
I mean,
It was
apparently-
more
not
than
that-
one.
Apparently, it features an unlockable Leia in bikini fighter.
Of course it does.
Yeah.
My exposure to the game is a friend of a friend. When I'd hang out with my friend, sometimes we go to his friend's house, and he owned that game on PlayStation. He would load it up, put in a cheat that unlocked something every single time. It was like 4 different occasions. Had to unlock this thing before starting to play.
Perfect.
Well, in those old games, you'd usually have like a way to unlock something normal on your save file, but you could also unlock it with your cheat code, with a cheat code. So instead of playing it normally, you might just input a bunch of cheat codes every single time.
I do love cheat codes. Cheating is fun.
I wanted to mention
Do-
that I don't know what the first Star Wars game I played was, but I vividly remember Yoda stories. Anyone familiar with that?
No.
It's like a desktop game. It's really shitty. It's like top-down sprites. You play as a little Luke Skywalker and you go on like randomly generated adventures, and there's very little variation between them. And the presentation is very confusing. When you shoot a character, when you shoot or lightsaber character, you go.
What if, hear me out, what if they remade Yoda stories, but they replaced every sound effect with the Yoda death scream from Lego Star Wars?
I don't know what that is.
That's fair, never mind then.
I don't know
But-
how that sounds. I mean,
It's like "Ah," or something like that.
Now replace it with the R2D2 death scream from Lego Star Wars. Yeah.
That's funnier. But it's interesting though. I thought Ace, didn't you say that there was like never like a Star Wars like a point and click adventure game?
I did say that.
And yet here we have Yoda stories.
Yoda stories, yeah.
I mean, it's not point and click, really.
Well, Wikipedia thinks it is.
Oh, it does it. Weird. Or
It
maybe
is
it was? I
the
don't-
second and last LucasArts desktop adventure series. The other
Right
one was
after
Indiana
Indiana
Jones.
Jones. It was ported to the Game Boy Color in 1999.
If it had to be even shittier because it was going on a Game Boy from a PC, then I wouldn't touch it.
That is fair. Craig Harris of IGN allegedly stated the game was, quote, one of the technically lamest and structurally annoying Game Boy games ever developed.
Yeah, but what do IGN know?
That's a great point. I bet
Well,
it
they
just
know about water.
I bet
Sorry,
it just
Ango.
had too much water for them. Yoda's whole planet is like filled with water, isn't it?
We're not sure where Yoda's from, to be honest. I mean, Dagobah is, but he doesn't live. He isn't from there.
True, but he does vacation there.
I can't remember what Yoda's race is called.
I don't
She
think
even has a name.
Yeah, I don't know if they actually wound up giving it a name.
It's obviously called a Yoda because there's baby Yoda, and his name is like
Grogu.
George
Grogu.
or that.
His
George
first name is
Yoda.
Grogu, his second name is Yoda. You know, like the Hutts. Jabba the Hutt. He speaks Huttese.
That was actually mentioning that there was like after her Star Wars Holiday Special, there's like a joke that Chewbacca's surname is Bacca, and
Chewie no Bacca.
because his family is called like Lumpy, Scratchy, and Mala, like with like following the theme of Chewie. So
Lump Bacca.
it's Lumpy Bacca. It's like it sounds like an STD. You have a lumpy Bacca.
Okay, well, I think we've reached the end of this podcast. Thank you for joining us, everyone, and thank you for joining me, Erin, Jak, and Gorz.
Thank
think
you for
we have
having us,
the,
AC Bacca.
I think we have the name for the episode at least.
A lumpy Bacca.
Yeah.
And thank you for listening to the GrinCast, and better yet, thank you for subscribing wherever you found this episode. You can find more from us on GameGrin.com, finding us on social media, or listening to the Pals Anime Lounge. Until next time, game on.